Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Michael Banja, and tonight I'm presenting to you Reading Hour. Reading Hour today because it's book night, and this is the day in the year when we're encouraged to read a book at night. So tonight I'll be talking to you about my favorite books, and I've given you a kind of insight into one of the books I'll be reading from. The background song you listen to is an eponymous track by the great Nigerian musician and performer, Dr. Orlando Owo. And I'm using it as introduction to this program, to this hour of reading, because in actual fact, I've written a book of poems based on some of the songs of Dr. Orlando Owo. And this is my book, which is called The Jewels of the Yoruba Song. And one of the poems that I've included in the collection is a poem called Laiku Egiri. And it's based on the song that you're listening to. It's a very popular song among aficionados of Yoruba music. And I'm going to take the kind of a bit of liberty to read to you some of the lines from this poem. First of all, Laiku Egiri is translated as unless the gazelle has died. And the gazelle is like an antelope, and it's a very fast animal, and unless it is dead, if you've killed it, you can't really make anything out of its skin. The skin of the gazelle is very beautiful, but for you to make hide or a bag or a pair of sandals out of its skin, you'll have to run and catch it. So this song and the poem is about the individual and trying to make the best of their own life circumstances and trying to derive some success in their lives. And I'm reading some lines from it. Don't look at me like that. Don't stare at me so wickedly. Why frown at me in distaste, as if I stole the festival yams at dawn? Don't study me like I stole the bridal jewels. Why watch me in disdain, as if I made away with the royal tributes? Many of you see us in town and ignore us as if we have no value. Remember that the elephant belittles the monkey, yet even the monkey feeds himself and is not a beggar. Consider the arrogant who puff around, search here and there. Where are they now? Oh Lord, you have seen my heart. Bless me and promote my music, my art. The wicked, the days that Squirrel feasted, they forget the countless day he mostly fasted. And the great musician goes on to make appeals to God to enrich his art. He said, you make my art so much better, Edumare. You are my sympathizer. Remain my soul's supporter. Strengthen me to my last days. Uphold and nourish the talents you gave. Embellish my art. I embrace the strongholds you gave. There are many of such touching words from the music of the great Yoruba musicians. There are poems here from Adonai Shola, Yusuf Olatunji, and even Sashino Peters. But that is just one of the books that I'm reading from tonight. If you want a copy of it, you can send me a message. It's available on Amazon. Of course, when it comes to reading books, one can cover a whole range of topics and subjects of literature. But one of the books that I really enjoyed reading in many years is this book by Maya Angelou, And it's a famous title, which says, "I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings." One of the most beautiful books that I've read. Maya Angelou, I think we all know her. The picture, the back here of Maya Angelou. It's a book I recommend to everyone. It's a story about our own life, our childhood, very powerful story, and all the challenges you have to go through in life to become what should become in the end a very powerful, impactful woman. I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. She dedicates the book to my son, Guy Johnson, and all the strong black birds of promise who defy the odds and gods and sing their songs. And that is why sometimes when you think about a book, whatever subject or topic the books may be, it's always about a story. And it's kind of people are singing their song, trying to draw something out of their own lives and make it beautiful, because you need to be in a beautiful place, some kind, to write a beautiful book. And it's almost, you can say so. And just surprisingly, looking at the first sentence in this book, just taking back to the poem I just read, and I'm quite, that'll be in, as the poem is, Libisu Mutayo, Alagba Naoko. Yes, so let's find that poem. Okay. So, before we go, let's have a bit of one there. So, from these my poems, I have this poem called Adebisi Odutayo Alagba Naoko. And it starts by singing the praise. And it says, "Oh boys, wonder, wonder, this same Odutayo built a house, a massive place in Isolo in Lagos. This house, what a beauty, this rare edifice. I'll call it the Y corner piece, Onile Olao, Alagba Laoko." And he goes on and says, "Onile Olao, Alagba Laoko. Now the house is fitted for all to see. The gadgets and rooms ready for 100 kings. Many came to steal a view. The envious ones dripped water in the mouth. Some glared so long they wept in awe. When Ade lived in one damp room and shared a horrid hovel in the company of rats and rodents, no one knew him then. No one knew him live in the cold room. Can we describe this house Ade built? It is sturdy, elegant as an elephant, draped in the tropical green we rarely see." And these poems are written just to situate the experience of African musicians, where they do enemies, as they do, but ultimately they provide beautiful music. And from that tone, that I commend you this year's reading hour, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the music. And this is the clip from Ace by Shashino Peters. So for reading hour 2020, I read a toast to you all for watching. Thank you very much, and enjoy your books in isolation. Thank you very much. Yes.